So about a few days ago, I decided to rewatch the original. Now, I'm pretty sure the last time I watched this movie was probably when it came out, all the way back in 2011, when I was 10 years old. So it's been quite some time. So with the Lantern show coming out, well, I mean, I would say soon, but it got delayed until late summer, it made me want to revisit the original. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I did go into this movie with a somewhat of a, bad outlook, mainly because the whole internet for the past 15 years has made this movie seem like it's horrible, but in reality, not that bad. Sure, is the CG that great? No. Mainly because the whole movie is CG, basically. And also, the CG looks a little bit like video game-esque. It's kind of a mess. It wanted to be so much, but ended up being so little. I will admit, it can be a little bit cringe. Ryan is a very good actor. I mean, one of my favorites. Actually, I think one of my favorite movies he's ever done it's not Deadpool or this movie, but it's probably Safe House. It's a fantastic. It's from beginning to end. But in this movie, I'm not sure if it was a script or the direction from the director or whatever. But in some scenes, I'm like, Ryan, I know you can do a little bit better with the dialogue here.
All you gotta do is breathe. Just breathe. Okay. Hey, no. Come on, man. No. Don't do that.
But overall, I don't think it deserves all the hate it's gotten in the past 10, 15 years. Now, the beginning of the movie is a little, I want to say cliche, but it's kind of basic. A few aliens crash land on a planet, then Parallax breaks out of his prison by taking their fear, which somehow kills them. Maybe I missed something, but I'm not sure how consuming one's fear could kill them. I should add that Parallax is barely the villain. It's this guy, Hector. Which when I watched this movie, I thought that Parallax and Hector were gonna, combine together. Hector gets killed by Parallax because he failed him.
You have failed me.
And then Hal lets, at least over a dozen people die by Parallax before he does anything about it. And the whole fight scene between Hal and Parallax, it lasts 5 minutes. Maybe 10, but I think he was around 5. It did kind of give with the power of friendship when Hal had his arm like this, and Parallax was oh, I'm gonna, and he's saying the whole ritual thing of
Green Lanterns life! Green Lanterns life! Green Lanterns life! Green Lanterns life!
The willpower and all that stuff. Dude, this feels so Power Rangers. And then Hal throws him into space and he dies from the sun. You light up this whole movie about fighting Parallax, and then he's this evil doer guy, and he gets killed in maybe 5 minutes of the whole fight scene. The purple guy, I think the alien that crash lands on Earth, I'm probably butchering his name, but I believe it's Aiden or Abin or something like that. That whole scene, I think, is probably the worst scene in the whole movie. Mainly because his death scene, it felt very forced, kind of. It was super quick. We kind of established this guy as oh, he's gonna be a main guy, and then he gets injured by Parallax, and then not too long after dies the moment Hal gets to him after he's taken from this orb of green and thrown in this area. It just didn't give us, the viewer, enough time to not sympathize with him, but from the time that he's introduced to his death scene, it doesn't give you enough time to connect to his character. So when he dies, I just don't care. But still, like I said, I still don't think it gets all of the hate that has gotten over the years. I know everything that I said about this movie was a lot of the bad stuff, but there's some good parts in there. I will add, though, it's a very short list, but it's still a list. I know I did say that the CGI in this movie isn't the greatest, but I will say that the suit in general, mainly how it looks, does look pretty good. I mean, it is very animated, clearly, but overall the suit does look kind of cool. For me, it's not a deal breaker to make the, to deem this movie horrible just because the suit doesn't look as good as I want it to be. The love story is decent. I mean, it's not like Peter, Gwen, and TASM, but it's good enough. Now, back to the CG, it does its job, right? Obviously, it could have been improved on, there's some more time on it, whatever, but overall, it's good enough to where it's passable, or it's not awful. We've gotten some pretty not so great a recent CGI type problems where it doesn't really look the greatest. To what I assume is the practical effects in this film, they're pretty good. Because I'm assuming that Hector's, like when his head gets all bloopy and like big and whatnot, I'm assuming that's practical effects. Now, I can't tell if, like I said, I'm butchering his name, it's either Abin or whatever. I can't tell if his skin is practical or it's full CGI. Because sometimes it does look like it's practical, but also looks like I don't know. It looks like it's both. I don't know. But if it isn't CGI, it looks very good. Now, as a whole, this movie has some bad parts in it, has some good parts in it, but overall, like I said, I don't think it deserves all of the hate that it's gotten. It's not awful. It's not terrible. It's not the worst thing I've ever seen. Now, if you want to see a movie that's really bad, check out this video, and I cover a movie that literally is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life. But at the end of the day, at least it's green. Oh my god, he said it. He said the title of the video. As you can probably tell, this video isn't super long. Or it's kind of pretty short. I didn't want to go super in depth. I just wanted to sit down and talk about what my initial thoughts were when I first watched it. Now, if you enjoy this video, make sure you check out my other videos, and while you're at it, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you later.